Hello guys and welcome back to Crypto Disco for another video. 3, 3, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Hello guys and welcome back to Crypto Disco for another video. And in today's video, it's going to be a nice little treat for all of you, where I'm going to be showing you guys how to trade very simply. In fact, actually, I'm quite surprised how many people are not even looking into trading. That is something that we could all make money from. I'm not saying that we could all make big kind of money like in a 10,000, 20,000, even 100,000, but it depends, of course, how much money you're willing to put in and to risk whilst trading. So if you find today's video to be interesting and informative, then guys, what are you doing? Sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. So let's roll my new intro. All right, guys, so welcome back. So we're going to be diving into the Matic charts, and I'll tell you one thing, this is quite a simple chart to be able to trade. Now, as you can see from what I've drawn onto the chart itself, we are currently sitting at roughly around about 88 cents, and it looks like we'll be coming back down to test our first targeted area, which is roughly around about 82 cents. Yeah, around about 82 cents. I'm blinded, that's why I'm wearing glasses. Because if you look to your left, all you see here is just nothing but green candle or candles. And then if you look just a little bit further to the left, you see some price action that's made its way up and down before it blasts its way up, possibly creating this area over here to be a level that used to be resistance, then turn support. As we break out of it, we came back to retest it before we went back up again, and then we kind of did this price movement like that, coming down to retest this support line. However, I reckon that we're going to be coming back down to retest my first target, which should be over here. So how would I trade this? Well, firstly, if you look at this blue rectangle over here, it looks like we've been respecting this as our new support after this. Support means once we do break out of this area and we come back to retest and to blast our way out, it means this used to be the resistance, now turns support, like the floor of the chart. Now it looks like we're going to be reclaiming and retouching the floor of this support line over here. So what happened here then? So this used to be the support of core support, or the floor of the chart, where we actually broken down. Normally what happens is when we break out, whether it's the resistance or support, we are more than likely to retest those areas once again. So what do I mean? Look at this as a perfect example, nearly perfect example. We broke through the supports, and then it's looking like we're going to come back up to retest anywhere in this region there. Hence why I put entry, because technically we can enter as soon as it gets touched here, or if it gets touched somewhere over here. Then once this comes up, let me bring up the arrow. So let's say in this case scenario that we do come back up into this area, we then should be expecting a continual movement back down to this area over here. Now that is exactly what I'm looking for, because we already broken here quite emphatically, and it looks like we are going to go up and to come back down. Look at it from this perspective. I'm going to bring out the paintbrush tool just so you have an idea what I'm talking about. Right, if the chart is going up, coming back down, then breaking back up again, coming back down, and then back up again. Not the best of drawing, guys, I know. I'm actually using a crappy mouse, but who cares? And let me bring out a couple of small lines. one there, and then one there. We will blow the lines to be thicker so we all can see more clearer. Change the color so it's a lot more easier to see. All right, so here's a perfect example. Once you see a chart going up, coming back down, and once it goes up higher than this area here, then this becomes higher high. That was the old high before it pulled back to create this lower high. Then it went higher high by breaking through this line. This line is now called support because we came back to retest this area before we went back up again and breaking out of this line. So that's a bullish case scenario where it goes up. The reverse can happen as well when you go down. Just make sure you keep an eye on the levels as it breaks and use the levels like here, for example, in a bullish case scenario as your supports, well, your resistance, sorry. And then when the reverse, this becomes support, of course. Like here, for example, when it comes back down, touch the support line because the support line is the former resistance line that we're broken out from. So that becomes the floor and that's the ceiling. So I hope that is a good explanation on the term resistance and support, and also when you break out to come back to retest the support. Here is what we're doing on a bearish case scenario where we're going to go down. So as we've broken down this line is like this. We've broken up this line, the reverse. Then we're looking for that retest here, which is this part here as if we're going up. So I hope that's a good explanation. Just going to delete that. Okay, so that means once we do come back down, my first target is going to be over here, and that should give me approximately, if this likes to work, maybe not, here we are. So once we do come back into that zone of entry, this bit here is going to be my first target. So that means I should be expecting anywhere between 7 to about 8% trade of shorting the market. This has happened multiple times, in the chart, of course. Now, if I show an example, okay, where we've broken up and come back down. See, we've gone down here like that, like that, like that, like that, like that, broken out this line. But did we really? That's not the best example. Let me show you another one. You know what? Here's another one actually. Let me just zoom in a little. Okay, so what can we see from this area over here? It looks like that we've broken up from this area. We're broken up, came back down, broken up, came back down, and broken up, and it would kind of consolidate here for a little bit, even though we have to create a higher high. But if we see from here, from this area right there, we've been supporting this area here for long enough, for a little while now. Let me just go all the way across actually, because this should be a good example. Okay, cool. So looking at the chart, if we see how it's been respected there, it's been respected here as a support where it went up and down. It respected here again where it went up, came back down. But this time it didn't respect this area here. So what happened was it fell straight down. Yeah, from this moment, we fell straight down before we made our way back up again. And this time, just like in this scenario, well, I said once we do break down, we should be, it's not always the case, but it is highly probable that we are going to come back up to retest this area there. So what happened here then? So it looked like we went down, we came back up to retest the area which we've broken out from, which is right here. So that will be my entry points for us to continue to break further down. Because we went sideways for a little while. The first sign that we broke down, because it didn't pull back from here straight away, it means it is highly probable that it will come back up into this zone here to give you a stronger confirmation that we are going to continue to go down. Now, had you made this trade, like anywhere from here, let's say we measure from there, you could have easily made around about 29% if you held on to the trade. But if you held on for longer, you could have easily made approximately 32, yeah, 32, 33% in trade just by doing this. Now, you could find any other charts and you could do the same thing again. Now, this is obviously the Matic chart. If I were to quickly show you any other charts, let's say, what the coins do I like? You all may hate me for this, but I do like XRP. Yeah, my computer is a little bit slow, so I do apologize. Yeah, so if you look at XRP, for instance, we've been consolidating here for for a long while actually. Let me find a good example. Okay, this could also be a very good example from here. As you can see that we've been ranging here for a long time. We've literally broken down below over here. Yeah, we've broken down from here and it looks like we might be retesting back in the zone before we come back down, but I'm not too convinced with this particular chart because it's not exactly giving me what I really want. How about here? Consolidated for a little while. We went up for a little bit, came back down. That's not even strong enough, but the principle is still there, of course. Okay, so we can have a look from we broke it down, came back up halfway through there. Not exactly there, but anyway. All right, cool. So we can also look at from here as well, actually. Now, this could be actually a decent example of how you can do that. Okay, so as you can see here from the XRP chart, and by the way, guys, the reason why I'm showing you this example is once you've mastered how to trade the breakouts by using some of the examples I'm showing you today, then you would literally be able to apply this on every chart. The only thing is with certain cryptocurrencies, they don't all move in the same way, but they have similar pattern, but never in a exact the same way. So perhaps stick to one coin at a time, find a coin that you like, and then as soon as you master this particular strategy, then you can apply it onto every other coin. Right, okay, so on the XRP. So what happened back over here was basically we made this movement up. We then came back down here to create a floor, a support. We went back up again. We came back down, but this time we've broken out or broken down from the floor, making that into resistance. We then kind of did this where we went sideways for a short while. We then went even further down, but this time we came back up again to retest this area over here before we made even further downwards movements. Now this trade isn't particularly bad trade. No, it's not a bad trade actually. Because had you held on to this particular trade and you've entered here to go down, yes, you would have made 11%. Here you would have made 17%. But if you held on for a little bit longer, anywhere from here, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's get the measurement tool out again. Then yeah, you could easily make 35%, but obviously what happened here was before making that 17%, it then went sideways action, started to climb up a little bit before we came back up to your entry point and go further back down. Another ways you can do this, let's say for example, it comes back down, it hits here, and it goes down. When it went back down again, there is a still a fairly high probability for it to come back up to your entry, to your price entry of any given coin, and that could be even more of a clearer sign. It's going to head back down again. Or if you don't want to be waiting out for a big move, and you might get a bit scared to see that, hang on a second, the price is reversing, or if it goes up, and hits my stop loss. That's what stop loss are there for. If you like to wait it out for like a bigger gain, but if you are trading for a slightly shorter time frame, then yeah, that will be your entry, and that would be your first profit taken, or your first target, for instance, of around about 14%. You may even target your way down to the bottom of that area, which would be at 15%. If you were to leverage trade that by 2, that's already 30% there, um, of your profits. Or if you were more, if you if you held on to a bit longer, you could be looking at from the point of entry and all the way down towards 37, 39%. I know this is a matic example on how to trade, but I'm just giving you examples that you can actually use the same strategy for any other coins that you are really interested in. So I hope that's a good lesson, or at least an explanation to how you can trade any charts. This is called a breakout chart, so breakout style of trading. And if you find that to be informative, useful, and if you feel like you learned something today, then guys, please give me a like, subscribe, and also hit the bell notification to be notified for more video content like this. And hopefully you will learn how to trade. And yes, if you haven't got like Bybits or Binance, the two best exchanges there are out there within the crypto space. One, you just go into my description, and that way you can find us a link to Bybits. That's what I personally use, and that's what most content creators within the crypto space uses. And you can get yourself some bonuses from using my link. So once again, thank you very much, and I'll see you all in the next one.